Before starting this video, I just wanted to say that yesterday someone asked me if I wanted to uh, participate in a website to share my killer concept and etc., my designs and etc. And he basically took my idea and is going to make something out of it. So yeah, this idea is mine and I'm publishing it before he does because yeah, he just stole my idea. So yeah, hope you enjoy, guys. Anyway, what's up, guys? I'm here today with a video of a concept for a killer that I've been working on, designing his perks and what he does and etc. So I hope you guys enjoy. So I'm starting by saying that uh, the balancing and values of the numbers on the perks would need to be tested. So don't get scared if you see something that is too high or too low. It's just numbers which could be changed if it was to become a real killer on Dead by Daylight. So that's the first thing I want to say. So his name, basically, he is a vampire killer. So he's a vampire. His name would be Night Predator. Um, the killer story, I didn't come with a decent story because I'm not a good writer, I guess. So I don't know what could be a story for this killer, but I do know one thing that came to my mind as I was designing the killer himself was that he has that yellow thing on his belly, which is the entity that consumed them. So his belly is opened, right, making him not store any blood or any food, basically. With this being said, he's never satisfied. So in order for him to keep feeling well, he constantly needs victims, or in this case, survivors' blood. So this is what makes him uh, a killer, like a serial killer, basically. Uh, First, let's speak about his basic attack. His basic attack, basically, he would attack with his claws, his huge sharp nails, and the animation when he hits someone would be him licking the blood off from his fingers, filling his ability 15%. So yeah, the ability it will have to be something about blood, right? So every time a survivor is down, you would have a pop-up like when you want to place a reverse bear trap with the pig, the killer. But instead of placing the trap, you would hold R2 to drink the survivor's blood, which would fill up your power, basically. All survivors will start the match with a full bar, 100% of blood, basically, which should be below their names. Will be presented below their names, and when you drink from someone, the bar would go to 50%, filling your ability 50%. And you wouldn't be able to drink twice from the same downed survivor until he got downed again. The lack of blood would not have any negative effect on the survivors unless it was something like mangled, just basically to know you were beaten. So I didn't decided that yet, but yeah. So going for his power will be like basically when your ability would be fully charged, you would be able to run fast, kind of like Oni or the Blight at this moment. And when you hold R2, it will do a dash attack able to break pallets and have an even faster forward movement for some situations, kind of like Demogorgon. If you only tap R2 though, you will do a normal swing attack. Another thing, you will have around 3 or 4 inactive coffins. Already which were already spawned in the map when you enter the match, showed by a white aura, it would be for you to get an easier way to get around while you're weak without any blood. So you have a bit of map control until you actually get your full power, if you know what I'm saying. They would only become active or open or visible when you're when you will teleport to them. So survivors could go there after you teleported to them, to one of those coffins, and close it in a few seconds. The reason to close the coffins would be that you would be way faster getting out of it, getting out of the TP teleport animation basically, and get on your feet right away. And if survivors are within 8 meters away from the coffin, Killer Instinct would activate automatically. While if they are inactive, you will have an animation kicking the coffin's door, and you wouldn't have the Killer Instinct thing. And basically, you would take longer to get on your feet and to get out of the teleport animation. So that's his map control thing. So basically, you will have a rough start. You could go and try to down a survivor right away and hold R2 to drink his blood for 50% blood while he's on the ground, or you could just keep injuring survivors, because since every basic attack gives you 15% of blood, it would fill their ability slowly while causing some chasing pressure at the same time. So that's like, you could go for either ways, like downing survivors right away, or trying to hit everybody, causing them pressure. So the add-ons, I have no idea, because there could be a million different add-ons. It will depend on the devs' ideas, if they wanted to change the killer playstyle or making him stronger. What I think, probably add-ons will probably give you more coffins around the map, more blood from basic attacks, make coffins take longer to close, or even make your TP faster at all. TP is teleport, in case you didn't know. Make your TP faster overall. It could be about that, or about much more. It really depends on the devs if this would become a real thing. Jumping to his teachable perks. So the first perk, which is called Blood Taster. Every time a survivor is injured, you can sense his blood. When you are within 10 meters from an injured survivor, you would get Killer Instinct. The balance of this perk will depend a lot on the maximum distance of it, of course. So this one is kind of like Nurse's Calling, but it automatically activates when you are near a survivor, and it works like Killer Instinct. So it doesn't need to. The difference from Nurse's Calling is that it doesn't need to be healing himself. Just by being near him, the Killer Instinct will activate. So the second perk, teachable perk, is called Vampire Claws. Every time you hit a survivor with your devastating cuts, you make them bleed considerably more, and all their actions, which is repair, healing, sabotaging, unhooking, etc., would get slower 6%. 6 is kind of a weird number. I didn't know which number because of the balancing thing, but 6% basically until the survivor gets healed. So it would get slower until he gets healed again. Then the third and final teachable perk, which is Vampire Cattle, or Servant, or Slave. I didn't decide it yet, but I think Cattle is good. Basically what it does is, every time you get a survivor on a hook, your ability feels quicker, charges quicker, less cooldown, more traps. So this one would have to adapt to every killer. So for example, trap abilities for the trapper would give you back an unset trap when you hook someone. Filling meter abilities would refill 12% faster, and cooldown abilities would reduce the cooldown by 15%. So the filling meter abilities, instead of refill 12% faster, it could refill 12% like right away, give you 12% of the ability. So like I said, the balancing would need to take place in here, like for real. So basically, of course, all of these numbers and ideas that I just created will have to be balanced to actually not break the game in any way. But I see this killer as a very balanced killer after all values getting balanced and everything gets locked on. So that was my idea, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you guys like the video, and share it. And if you have your own ideas or concepts, just let me know in the comments. And yeah, this would be an Halloween killer, by the way, so in case you're asking, Halloween chatter or something. So yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, enjoy.